Hey guys, Kev here, and I have two really cool knives to do first impressions on. These both came in today, technically. This one I picked up, which was a really fun experience. I'll talk about that. And this one was sent to me by Jack Wolf Knives. You probably know what it is, but I have it in this slip, so I'll talk about this one a little later. Let's talk about the Vosteed Knives Psyop. I believe that's how you say it, Psyop. And this is their first collaboration with Jeff Blabbett, aka Tough Knives, aka Tough Thumbs. I have a couple of patches here that I got as well. And these are Tough Knives patches. You can see the TK there and the logo, which is really cool. These will probably go into my giveaway bin. Actually, I'll probably keep this one. Let me put that in my little patch drawer. And then this one I'll put in the giveaway bin. But thank you to Jeff for letting me have those. Let me clean this blade up a little bit while we're sitting here talking. Now, when Vosteed announced this knife not too long ago, I got some schmutz on it here. I did some cutting with this tonight, which was actually a really good experience. The cutting on this is excellent, which is I'm glad to report. But yeah, so when Vosteed announced this one, I was talking to Vosteed because I talk to them pretty regularly. They send me knives pretty regularly lately. And I told them I thought it looked amazing. I'd love to check it out. And I mentioned that Jeff is actually local to me. And Jeff, Tough Knives, he makes custom knives. That's his main thing. He makes custom knives. And he makes really cool knives, really well-made pocket knives. And I actually had a custom left-handed knife from him that he made for me a couple years ago. I think I've known Jeff for a couple years now, and I really loved that knife. And anyway, so I mentioned he was local, and I guess Vosteed sent him a batch of these or whatever, and they asked him to give me this one to review. So he let me know, and he said, hey, come by the shop, and you can check the shop out, and I'll give you the Psyop. And I was like, hell yeah, because I've been meaning to do that. I just haven't found the time or the right time, I guess. And so today I drove over to Jeff's house, and we hung out for a couple hours. He showed me around his shop, his house, which was really nice of him. And I got to handle a bunch of knives, prototypes, custom knives, all kinds of shit. And I got to pick up this Psyop, which was a really cool experience. So I was really glad I got over there. And hopefully I'll be able to get over there more often and hang out with Jeff, because it was a blast. So yeah, so that was a really cool way to get this knife in for review, right? Now I'll do probably a disassembly as well, and I'll throw skiffs in here because I've done that with all the other top liner lock knives from Vosteed, so I guess I'll keep that streak going. Plus I'm me, and I just put skiffs and everything. So I'll probably do that video and maybe a full review, or I'll combine them or something like that. But my first impressions on the Psyop are, it is fantastic. I think by far it is my favorite Vosteed. That was, held by, I think, the Raccoon for a little bit there. I had that top liner lock Raccoon. It's over on my shipping table. I'm sending it over to Colin, Mason Pierre. He's my business partner on Divo knives, because we want to do a design using this lock, and I'm sending it to him for reference. But yeah, this one took over about instantly when I flicked it. I mean, I love the RS Chaos, aka Mayhem, but it's a big knife. It's big, it's thicker, it's heavier. It's more of a work knife, if you will. I love it, but it is a little bit more difficult to EDC because of the size and weight. And this has that premium feel with the titanium, the milling, and the L-Max, but it doesn't have that, you know, weight, and I don't think it's as thick, and it's just a more EDC-able design, I think, overall, compared to the RS Chaos, and then compared to the Raccoon and the Hedgehog, it's just a bit more premium, and personally, I like the design a little bit better. Jeff has been at this for a long time, and he knows what he's doing. I really love this design. Now, you guys know I'm a finger choil guy, and with this locking system, you kind of have to have this type of choil. So no matter what his designs are like, because he doesn't normally have finger choils like this, they have to add that to get it to, you know, get around the button, I guess, so it'll lock up like that. But I kind of think that's a good thing on this knife, because I get to choke up and I get a finger choil, which is very comfortable up here. And like I said, I did some cutting tonight. I put together some stairs for my pool, and I had to cut down this huge box once I was done, and this thing just went through it like a laser beam. It's still just digging into my skin there. Very, very fun knife to cut with. It was just zipping through everything. It was very similar to the experience I had with the Kunwu Geezer, which is that slip joint that has extremely good geometry. If you look at it, it's thin, and then it has that tall blade, tall flat grind, and you know it's going to have an excellent edge on it. Excuse me, from Kunwu. And this felt damn close to as slicey as that. So that tells me a lot, personally. I also really like the fact that ergonomically, you can hold it back here. You have some jimping right up here, which is very functional. So you can lock in this back grip. I have a large glove size hand, so depending on your hand size, but I can lock in like this, right? Or I can use this kind of flat right here. I can lock in like this using the jimping. Or I can climb up all the way with that finger choil, and I can still utilize the end of that jimping pad and lock it in like this for these kind of cuts. You can get into a pinch grip to use the blade like this for utility cutting. So it just has a lot of versatility. I love the milled clip. I love the milling pattern on this. Now, I got to handle the contoured version as well, because Jeff had a couple of the contoured ones, and that one feels better in hand. It is more ergonomic. I personally didn't even realize there was a flat and a contoured. So this comes in, this version with the milling is flat scales. It's still really comfortable in hand, but then they have a non-milled one that is contoured, and it's the same thickness, and that one really is comfortable in the hand. So if I was able to choose a second time, I would go with the contoured one with the blue and the satin. So if anybody out there is deciding which one they want, that's just a little bit of information that might help you. I love this milling. I just think the contour gives you that little bit of extra comfort, and it's totally worth it. That being said, this is still fantastic, so you can't really go wrong. We have the top liner lock system here, which is, of course, fantastic. We'll do a disassembly on this to get a look at how they did it, because depending on the knife, they always do it differently, it seems like. To me, it looks like it's mounted. It's just using the liner here. It's not using that backspacer like it was on the RS Chaos, but we'll see when we get it apart. Looks like we have the pivot screw and then two T8s down here. And I believe they did that because of Jeff's designs. There's no structural reason, I think, to have two T8s side by side right here. But all the designs, I think, that I've seen from Jeff, he has these two screws there. And usually the way he does it is he will screw it from this side through and into the titanium over here. You don't have these two screws, kind of like this Trevor Berger here. He will do it like this, and then the screw comes through this side. So there's not screws on each side in a barrel. It literally just goes right through and threads into the tie. That's how Jeff usually does it. So I think that's what they were trying to mimic here with this, which is really cool. I like the kind of dark gray on the titanium. It's very nice. The action on this thing is phenomenal. They really nailed the detent on this, so it's nice and snappy on the flick. I have no issue thumb flicking or reverse flicking it. Left-handed, right-handed, does not matter. Had no issues with the button disengaging or anything when I was cutting at all. Didn't even think about it, honestly. And the front flipper is also excellent. So it's good to see that they did a front flipper whole combo and they nailed the detent. It's very well done. The button location's good. It kind of looks like it's coming in on a little bit of an angle. When you look at it open, I think it kind of looks like it's angled down now. You know, it's just going to be because of the lock. I don't know, just something I noticed. Not an issue, just an observation. There's some nice milling inside here on that side. The clip is not reversible. I don't know if some lefties would be upset about this. First, with the flat ones, I think, you know, with the milling, they would have had to have gotten really creative with a filler tab. But personally, it doesn't bother me at all. I'll just carry the knife in my left hip pocket, like I always do with right-handed knives. That doesn't bother me at all. What I really like is that left-handed, I can flick it, I can front flip it, I can do all the things without any problem. There's no lock getting in my way and causing issues. So I could sit here and reverse flick this thing all day. And the button's really easy to disengage. It drops shut. It acts very much like a button lock in that sense, but you're getting very solid lockup. So, I mean, it's a tank, actually. It's very well done. So you have the little Tough Knives logo here, LMAX here, and Bastide there. So I think that's a good little first impressions. Drop point blade, excellent cutter. When these get back in stock, I highly recommend you pick one up. They're $250, but you're getting titanium, you're getting LMAX, you're getting an excellent design from Jeff. So big shout out to him. I know he has some really cool projects coming up with other companies, and I think he's working with Bastide on other stuff, I believe. So keep your eye out for Tough Knives. He also has really cool custom knives. If you want to check those out, give him a follow. I'll try to put his Instagram down below, but shout out to Jeff. Great job on this, dude, and thank you for your hospitality today. That was amazing. So yeah, that is the PSYOP from Bastide. And then we have the mini Cyborg from Jack Wolf Knives. I'm going to grab a drink. I don't know if it's allergies or what, but man, I can't even get through 15 minutes of a video lately. So I put this in my really nice slip here from Troy, Northwoods Leatherworks Co. that I had for my little bro while I wait for the custom slip to come for this. It's on the way. And this is made out of that horse butt leather I can't ever remember the name for, but it's very nice. Now, this is the mini Cyborg, folks. And again, there's going to be a full review on this to come. I might grab the full size here in a second to show you, but I went with the orange dark matter version, and I did that mostly because I wanted belt satin. And this is the only version with belt satin, believe it or not. They used to only do belt satin. Now there's only one version. I do wish they did more belt satin versions. I love all the other stuff they're doing. I just want more belt satin. That's just my favorite thing. I get it. They're trying to diversify. It's cool. But I just love belt satin, so I want more of it. But I really love all the versions this month. There's so many cool versions. I mean, you have a pink Kieranite. You have like a purplish one with the chaotic resin. You have a new carbon fiber material from, I think the company is called Protec something. And I don't even know what they call it, but it looks like White Storm Fat Carbon, and it's not. So I'm very curious to see that stuff in the future. I'd love to check it out myself. And then there's a full titanium one that has really nice accents. I think they're purple, and it has this beautiful milling on the full tie to kind of mimic this. It looks so good. And that one with the White Storm looking carbon fiber has like a blast and tumble finish all over it. Looks really nice. And I think there might be one other one I can't think of. And there's obviously this version right here. And this one is kind of the throwback to the original run, because if you think about it, dark matter orange, it kind of looks like the orange from Terminator, where you have the eyes. The Terminator's one eye is like orange when he loses that eye, and that's why they did the dark matter orange, and they did this exact version on the first run of the full size. So if somebody out there has a full size in DM orange, they would have a matching one. That was one of the reasons they did it. But I love the size. It's basically little bro size, and the walk and talk on this is unbelievable. It has to be, it's probably the best I've handled. It hasn't even broken in. I've opened this maybe 10 times. I just haven't had time today to mess with it much. I put a little bit of KPL in there on the tang corners. I cleaned off what was on there and just put a little KPL on there. And I haven't been able to break it in yet, and it's already just so crispy. I mean, for being, their smaller size of knife, this is probably the smallest, if not tied with the little bro. It's got one of the best pulls. I mean, it's got to be a 7.5 to an 8, but it's so comfortable to grab. I don't even think I'm using that nail nick. I'm just grabbing, that's one reason I love the belt satins. This one has enough pinchability that you're probably going to be good with any finish. I don't know if the hand satin would be a little bit harder, but I doubt it. It's just such an easy blade to pinch, especially with that full height hollow grind. You just have a lot of stuff to grab onto, which is really nice. S90V as usual, and I mean, look at these ergonomics, just so comfortable in the hand. I absolutely love this model. I've been begging and waiting for Jack Wolf to drop some mini versions of models they've done. I think a mini Midnight, a mini Venom, all of those would do extremely well. And I hadn't even really thought about a mini Cyborg. I really expected them to do another locking knife before they did the minis. And I'm very grateful and glad that they did the mini Cyborg. I'll tell you, I love the locking knives. I do. And I like the ones that they've kind of done reruns on, right? And you have to do that as a business. You have to keep models coming, and they can't just design stuff left and right. But I've been waiting for a new, quote unquote, new design for a while now, and I am absolutely just stoked to have this mini Cyborg. It's just really exciting. I feel like it's kind of reinvigorated my Jack Wolf knives spark, my love for them. I've always loved them, that's not going to change, but I feel like I was cooling off just a little bit with the locking knives coming out, and then the kind of the reruns being, coming out. We hadn't had a truly new thing in a while, and this is just fantastic. So they did a great job on this. I'll grab the full size and the little bro. We'll do a comparison, then I'll get you guys out of here. And again, there's going to be a full review on this closer to the drop. There it is. Sorry, I had to find them. So here is the little bro. in Flow Party. I love that one in Flow Party, Camo Carbon. One of my favorite Jack Wolfs of all time is this knife right here. Excellent, just so good. And the size is, let's see. Okay, so it looks like it might be ever so slightly bigger than the Little Bro, but I think it might be dead on. I think they're about the same exact size. So if you like the way the Little Bro feels in hand size-wise, I think you're really going to like the Cyborg. Now, the Cyborg has that little kind of hook to it here, so it does feel a little different in the hand, where this one's a little flatter. Maybe it feels a little bigger somehow, but they feel extremely similar. They're both going to be really good in hand if you like the smaller size slip joint. So that's the Little Bro comparison. And then here's the big brother. This is the toxic fat carbon version of it. And I absolutely love the Cyborg. And there you go. That is the Big Bro and Little Bro Cyborg. Guess I shouldn't say that because there actually are knives called that. And, you know, it's not a huge difference in size, but it's, you know, in your hand. I mean, I can spread my hand out, large glove size hand, and make this fill up the handle, and it feels great, right? Feels really good in the hand. This one had probably the best walk and talk to date when it came out, and that held up probably until the Feel Good Jack. My Feel Good Jack might be a little bit snappier than this, but man, this thing is still top 3 in terms of walk and talk Jack Wolf. It's probably this, the Feel Good, and now the Mini Cyborg. Although that Little Bro and the Venom, so I don't know, but there's a lot of good ones. But yeah, large glove size hand, I grip it, you know, I'm still get my full hand on there, and I'm kind of up here by the blade on the full size. You know, it's kind of funny, it's almost the same. It's like your hand just shrinks down a little bit when it needs to, you know. So they both fit really comfortably in hand. Both are excellent. This one's M390, by the way. It's from the first year, the first runs. Yeah, this is absolutely spectacular. I don't think you can go wrong on this upcoming drop. I don't even know the date. I haven't looked that up. I apologize. It's probably going to be next Thursday would be my guess. So it's probably the 17th, but I can't be positive. I'll put it down in the description. And again, there's going to be a full review video, another video right around that time, just to show you guys and give you my thoughts after, you know, a week or so with it. And hopefully I'll get Ben on the live stream next Thursday, the 17th, either way. So I'm sorry, it would be the 18th. They drop Fridays. My bad. Fridays, 2 p.m. Sorry. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Mini Cyborg and Psyop, both absolutely fantastic knives, showed up today. I got a few boxes here I need to catch up. It was really, I was light on content the last week or so, and then all of a sudden I got a bunch of stuff that showed up, so we'll see. You might have a few videos coming, but let me know what you guys think of these. Which one of these is your favorite? Which one would you take if you could choose one or the other? Or would you take both like me? I think they're both absolutely top-notch knives. And that's why I wanted to put them together here in this little first impressions video. So there it is. I absolutely love you guys. Shout out to Jack Wolf Knives and the team there. Thank you so much for sending this my way for review. Thank you so much to Jeff over at Tough Knives for letting me hang out today, and Vosteed for sending me this guy to review. I appreciate that. And thank you guys. I love you very much. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later. Peace.